Hi, so welcome to this instructional video, and we're going to show you some more features of the Solarcoin wallet. Before we go and talk about anything else, you'll notice at the moment this says out of date, and at the bottom we've got this progress bar saying synchronizing with network. Basically this shows you how many blocks behind the network you are, and whenever you start your Solarcoin wallet you'll probably see this happening, and as you see it's gradually catching up here. The number of blocks remaining is continually decreasing, and it says syncing here, and here at the moment we've got 2 connections. If you see 0 connections, then that's probably something to come and check about. Probably maybe a firewall is blocking your access to the Solarcoin network. Check if you've got antivirus or something like that, may actually be preventing you from connecting, so that may be one way to troubleshoot that problem. If you are uncertain, you can join the Solarcoin group Slack, which is on the solarcoin.org webpage. There's a link, an invite link there, and I'm sure someone in the community will be able to help you out. So we're just going to wait for this to catch up completely, and we'll see what happens next. I'm going to pause this until that's done. Okay, so we've synchronized, and you can see that progress bar is gone. The syncing icon will disappear in a moment. You can see in the intervening period we've now got 5 connections to the network, and there you go, it's gone to in sync, so we know we're synchronized with the network, and this will stop usually around 8 connections at the most. So as long as you've got more than a couple you should be fine, but expect that to get up to about 8 connections altogether. So we saw before that we got this single address Solarcoin claim. Think of an address kind of like your bank account number, except it's your sort code, bank account, or any other kind of data that you need. So the only thing anybody needs to send money to you, Solarcoins to you, is just this address. And you'll recognize Solarcoin addresses because they always start with the number 8. So a neat thing you can do with Solarcoin is you don't just have to have one address. You can have as many addresses as you want, and I literally mean as many. I mean there is an upper limit, but it's absolutely huge. So what you could do is you could create a new address for, you know, say you've got a friend called Andy, and it asks you for your passphrase again. Remember we saw that we have to enter our passphrase all the time. And there you go, I've created a new address for Andy. Now, if I email Andy with this address, that's perfectly safe. Andy will now be able to send me Solarcoins. And I can just create new addresses to my heart's content. Notice they all start with an 8. They're all these random long strings of letters and numbers. But typing those in is quite difficult, so there's a few things you can do. You can just copy the address, and then you would be able to just paste that into any other application. You can even do something called show QR, and what this does, if you have a mobile phone with another type of wallet on it, there's 2 wallets, one from a company called Liquor and another one called Koinomi. You can actually scan this QR code and that will fill in the address for you, so that's very convenient. And you can also save that as a file and send it to people, so it's very easy to manage these addresses. They look complicated at first, but there's actually some nice features. So let's go back to our overview page. The problem we've got at the moment to actually show anything else is we've got 0 Solarcoins in our wallet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just pause the presentation for a moment, go to another wallet that I have that has some Solarcoins in it, and I'm going to send them to one of our addresses. Okay, so I gave my friend Andy my wallet address, 8RX7 ending in F5E, and if I go back to the overview now, you can see that Andy's sent me half a Solarcoin. Look at that. And you can see it doesn't come up with that long address in this overview, it actually comes up with the name. Now you'll notice it's got this, it's actually not in spendable yet, it's in this unconfirmed. And what that means is the actual Solarcoin network is confirming this, and also you see these square brackets around the amount, shows that actually that this is not yet confirmed into our wallet. So in theory, if Andy was a very clever guy, he could retract this payment. As soon as it becomes confirmed, it's then we know it's actually ours, and really Andy's got no chance. There's no feasible way for Andy to get that money back. So we just need to wait for the Solarcoin network to do its clever stuff and confirm that. So I'm going to pause. It should take usually less than 60 seconds. Sometimes it can take a little bit more. Okay, so we can see now that the half a Solarcoin that we received from Andy, the square brackets have gone and the amount has moved from unconfirmed into spendable. So that means it's basically now our Solarcoin in our wallet, and we can send it, part of it, to somebody else if we'd like. But essentially, you know, this is ours. That's cool, right? So it took about 60 seconds to happen. So let's say we actually want to spend some of this now and send it to somebody else. So let's say we go to our send. You can ignore most of the things on this screen, but what's happened is another friend has given me their address. You can see again it starts with a number 8, and basically what we want to do is send a quarter of a Solarcoin to this friend, and we can even send them a little message with it, which is public, by the way. And again, we can send this to somebody, and we can label this as well. So this is Freddie, and it says, "Do you really want to send it?" And you say yes. And again, it asks you you can't do anything without your passphrase, which is why we said it's so important to keep it safe. And you can see that's now sent. And if we go into our overview, we see that we sent 0.251, and we now have 0.249 out of 5. But hold on a minute, we said we wanted to send 0.25. Well, whoever initiates a transaction on the network always has to pay a small transaction fee, as you can see here in this case, because we'd only just received this Solarcoin. The fee is a little bit higher, but usually it's between 1,000th and 1/10,000th of a Solarcoin. So it's a very small amount, and what this does, it actually helps to run the network. So, you know, it's just how this thing works. So sending amounts does cost you a tiny amount to send. As you can see now, we can see we received half from Andy, excuse me, and we sent that to Freddie. And so when we go to send, if we want to send some more, we can do that. Excuse me, and so you can see here then that there's also an address book where we put Freddie's address in. He's already there, so we can select OK, and it fills in all the info for us. And if we want to send him another 0.1, then we can. And that's done. So in our overview, we see we sent Freddie some more money. And that's it for this piece of the tutorial. Thank you.